You would see him in the Super Bowl any given Sunday, win the Super Bowl and drive off with a Hyundai. She was supposed to buy a shorty Geico with your money. She went to somewhere and got lipo with your money. Now she's walking around looking like Michael with your money. If you ain't no punk, say we want prenup. We want prenup. Yeah, it's something that you need to have. Because if she leave your ass, she gonna leave with half. 18 years, and on my 18th birthday, found out he wasn't his. Oh my God. All right, man, let me quit playing with y'all, man, and get down to the real reason why prenups and DNA tests should be mandatory. Because I hear a lot of bickering, or I ain't even gonna say bickering. I hear a lot of uneasy thoughts about this, and you know, the main thought is people have been offended because they feel like you're questioning someone's loyalty or something like this. Well, as a man, I feel like from the very jump, you should tell a woman, I want a prenup and I want DNA tests before y'all even get involved. So that way, when it happens, she can't say you tested her loyalty. It has nothing to do with you trusting her or not. It's just a simple fact of there's a lot of reasons why. DNA testing, because when it comes to women, you know, they know a man is their child, or, you know, my bad. They know that a guy is the father of their child, and sometimes they have to prove that because there is no DNA testing. You know what I mean? She couldn't get the DNA test to get child support or whatever she deserves. So it actually helps a woman too on her end. You know, I'm just going to be rambling through this because it's going to pop in my mind from time to time of what I'm trying to say. So y'all just got to bear with me. As far as the prenup, it's like a will. You know, it doesn't mean that when you make a will and you give your mom this and your daughters this and your sons that don't mean you don't love them. It has nothing to do with that. This is just what you feel. Like I feel if we don't work out, this is what she gets or whatever. Like say, for instance, for me, I feel like whatever I accumulated when I was with her, I don't mind really splitting that in half. But after we leave, I'm still paying you and you fucking some other dude. That's a problem. But the women don't see it as a problem because it's not them. They're not a man. They don't have to go through this shit, man. Some, yes. Sometimes, yes, a woman might. You know what I mean? But it's rare. So just imagine if women put their shoes on a man's foot, maybe they would think differently. Like, all right, I'll give him that benefit of the doubt. You know what? I'm a loyal woman. He ain't got nothing to worry about. Go ahead, sign that prenup. I don't care. See, what I don't get is why do so many people be uneased about it if your loyalty shouldn't be questioned? Why do you care if I want to sign a paper or not? It's no different than signing a paper saying I own a house. Well, this is my kid. I want to make sure I have the right to have proof that this is my kid. Nobody can tell me it's not my kid. No judge can tell me that. No woman can say that, because sometimes women even say that. That's not your kid, to keep you from the kid. And then you got to go to court to prove that it's your kid. What about that? See, people don't like to talk about these things. What about if you, and another thing what people will say is it's a guarantee that you're not going to get divorced. That's bullshit, man. It's not a guarantee. Even people who actually care about each other and didn't break up on a bad note, they still end up breaking up sometimes. So there's no guarantee. I don't know why people act like that. But if you do happen to break up, which there is a good chance you just might, you know what I mean? It just happens, right? At least you ain't got to go through all this fighting. At least with a prenup, we know pretty much what it is. If we ever break up, she can have half of what I made from the time I married her to the time we got divorced. There ain't no arguing about this is mine and that's yours. We got to go to court every fucking week and all this bullshit for the next 5 years. When you divorce with somebody, you want that shit to be done, man. You don't want to go through all this other bullshit. That's the whole point of a prenup. So we don't have to keep prolonging a fucking divorce. Motherfuckers are divorced and still dealing emotionally with a person they divorced 6 years later because they didn't have prenups and shit like that. Because they still fighting over who's this and who's that. Also, with a DNA test, a woman can't deny me of my kid if my money's right, because I can get a lawyer. See, if I don't have the DNA test, she could easily say that I'm not the kid, and now I gotta go try to prove that I am. I mean, I'm not the kid. It's not my kid. Now I gotta go try to prove that it is my kid, and all this and all that. Now all that shit was done at the fucking at the hospital, and it just should be mandatory. It should be fucking mandatory, because guess what? When the bills are paid, when the bills are passed out, they usually go after the dad, right? If I'm not mistaken, don't they go after the dad when kids are born and shit like that? I don't know for sure, but that's what I thought. It's more to it than just saying, oh, we don't trust women, so this is what we need. You know, and sometimes a woman's the breadwinner. Sometimes a woman got to watch her money. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes a woman making the most money. She got to worry about the prenup and all this shit if a man cheats or something. So y'all want me to, y'all want people to be okay with giving someone all their money after somebody disloyally walks out of a marriage, cheats on somebody or something. You want people to be okay with still paying these people, like Hulk Hogan and shit. All because you didn't want to disappoint somebody or make them feel some type of way. So instead of you swallowing your pride and say, you know what, you should, again, I understand if you just come out the blue with it, like you've been with the woman for years and then you say, I want to prenup. No. We saying this from the very beginning. So a woman can't say, oh, you don't trust me and all that. Nah, because I already told you that before I even decided to marry you. So you can't say that. And another thing, you can't say a man doesn't trust you and all this. Why is he even marrying you if he doesn't trust you? See, what I don't get is they know they benefit from it. And that's what the bullshit bottom line boils down to, man. They know they benefit from it. If a woman has nothing to hide and she's not in marriage to get gain from you, she should not have no problem with you wanting a prenup or a DNA test. And if you a man, vice versa, and she wants it, you should have no problem with that. Of course, you don't have to take the damn DNA test unless that woman's been sleeping with other men. But she's not going to tell you that. She's not going to tell you that. It's rare that a woman's going to say, you know what, I've been fucking some other guy, and I don't know if the kid's yours or not. This shit ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. So if women got a problem with that, then I don't know what to tell them, because I refuse to. I want a DNA test and I want a prenup. That don't mean if I leave the woman, that don't mean if I don't work out with the woman that I won't leave her with shit or just leave her just gone. It depends on the situation, for real. But no, we just leave and it's not really on no badass terms, like she did me straight dirty and shit. I really don't have no issue with giving her half of what I accumulated or what we accumulated, or split the business in half or something like that. I don't have no issue with that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I don't mind taking some of the blow for the relationship not working, because ultimately I'm part of the relationship not working because I chose to be in that relationship and I chose that person. So if it doesn't work, I got to take half that blame by default. Even if she does cheat, doesn't matter. I still picked that person that cheated. So therefore I have to take half of that blame by default. So I don't mind taking half of the blow for the divorce, but you're not about to make me take the whole blow. And that's what happens with men who don't get prenups. That's what happens with men who don't get prenups. You taking the whole damn blow. And meanwhile, she can leave. Y'all both should have to pay for this marriage that y'all both agree with. But for somehow, some way, it's usually just the man paying and the woman ain't paying nothing. And when I say pay, I'm not just talking about financially either. You gotta literally pay for her and her boyfriend's lifestyle. Dr. Dre is literally paying for his wife and whoever she decides to get with. That's crazy. That's crazy. I could see if Dr. Dre said, we ain't working out, all right, here's a couple mil right here, and wipe his hands. But nah, he got to pay her all this money for the rest of his life. Why she's fucking other dudes, man. Come on, man. That shit ain't right. You're no longer his woman, his wife. Why he gotta pay you? But we already know what time it is, man. And any woman who doesn't agree with that, obviously she does, her loyalty that she says you shouldn't question, obviously it ain't really real. Because if it was, she wouldn't be questioning it. She wouldn't have a problem with it. Like, go ahead, I understand why you want a prenup, it's fine. And if you tell her from jump this, there's no way she could feel some type of way. Because y'all already established that before y'all got real close. So she can't come up with the excuse of, well, you don't trust me or this. Nah, I told you that way before we even got deep. I told you from the jump that I wanted these things. So you can't say it's because I don't trust you. It's just a simple fact, that's what I want. It'd be no different than a woman says, I'll marry you, but I don't want to live with you until we're married. I have to respect that. I can't be like, you don't trust me in this. Nah, this is what she wants. That's what she wants. I gotta respect that, man. Ain't no guarantees in this shit, man. And what's the point of being going through a marriage divorce with somebody when you're not even with them no more? All the stress and all that, the court dates and all that, when y'all could easily get that shit over with. As soon as y'all get divorced, it could be over with, instead of prolonging this shit years later, arguing about who owns this and who owns that. This has already been established. There's nothing more to argue. In a prenup, it says we both are co-owners of the business. Ain't no, oh, this is my business, none of that. So sometimes it even works for women why they be tripping. You can look at the prenup and say, I don't really agree with that. I guess we ain't getting married. I don't understand. The man shows you the prenup. A woman could look at it before she even marries the person. Instead of, sometimes if it doesn't work out, then he coming with you what he wants and what he don't think you should have. Now you got to argue with him. At least you knew from jump, okay, I think I can still fuck with this. You already know because he already explained it to you. And as far as the DNA, he can't say it's not his kid. For the women, a man can't say that's not my kid, and now you got to try to get him to take a DNA test and all this crazy ass shit. And for a man, she can't deny you of the kid. She can't say it's not yours. So all you need is a lawyer if she want to play games. It's unfortunate that we got to go through shit like this when people get married and shit. It shouldn't be this way, but it could be this way. All it is just a understanding of what it's going to be if we don't work out. And it's an understanding of that is my kid. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I can't think that she fucked that guy, the milkman, none of that. And I shouldn't be thinking that way anyway, but the point is 100% I cannot say that maybe she was cheating on me, man. See, women don't know what it's like to be a man. That's the problem. There's been plenty of times where a guy, man, that's your kids for sure, dog. You are not the father. Motherfucker look just like him and everything, but he's not the father. So let's stop acting like this shit don't happen. But I know what y'all are saying. See, the problem is women get offended and say, you want a DNA test because you don't trust me. You think I'm a hoe. You think I fuck around. No. Remember, this is why I tell men to tell that woman way before y'all get deep. Hey, just say out of a conversation one day, y'all start talking about DNA tests and shit. You know, out of just a conversation, you be like, yeah, I want that. Just tell them, you know how they tell people what you expect or want off bat? Those are two things that you should tell a woman. That way she can't come with that bullshit of my feelings are hurt because you think it's not your kid bullshit. Bullshit. We already established that when we have kids, we're getting DNA tests done. That covers you and me. I can't say it's not my kid, and I know it's not, I know it's my kid, and I can't say that it's not my kid. So I can't tell a woman, well, we need to get a DNA test first before this and that. None of that bullshit. Plus, if a woman has to get child support or something, I don't understand why women have a problem with this. If you know who the fuck you fucking and you know who you get pregnant by, why would you have a problem with this? Because if you never know, a man could get bitter. Men could get bitter when y'all break up and try to make it hard for a woman. But you, as a woman, already got this shit documented. You already took that DNA test, motherfucker. You can play hardball if you want to, but you're already documented. It's already cemented. Your name is on that shit. You can't deny this shit. I ain't gotta fight you. They coming for you. I ain't even gotta come for you. But we already know what time it is, because a lot of people, what they secretly really want when it comes to this divorce shit is to get the bigger upper hand if it don't work. They want you to have to suffer all the damage and financial shit, and they just walk away scot-free. No, it don't work that way. I do not have a problem with like if I own a business, we end up I didn't have a business yet, I got a business with you and all these other things. I don't have a problem with splitting shit that what we got together. I don't have a problem with that at all. Honestly, I pray to God that I never have to deal with divorce. But if I did, I do not have a problem with, giving help, basically just walking away from a woman, all that shit. Like, fuck that woman. I don't have a problem with that. But I do have a problem with if y'all get divorced, you're paying like Dr. Dre. That's a problem, man. And this is what most people are doing with this marriage shit. They're taking advantage of it. And that's why you see the Dr. Dre has to pay that woman. I don't know forever, but he's paying her. I think it is forever. Why she gets with another guy eating off of your money. That's fucked up, man. And even if you're a woman, sometimes it can happen to you. He's with another girl, you know what I mean? And you're paying for that. Y'all say that's fair because y'all want to have this pride of don't sign a prenup because of trust and all this bullshit. But if you already told people from jump you want a prenup, they can't come at you with, oh, you don't trust me. No, that's not the case, because I already told you that a long time ago. That's the whole point of it, man. DNA test, prenup, all that, man. All that. Again, I'm not going to keep saying it over and over. A woman, it's good for women because they don't have to argue with a man or fight with a man like, this is your kid. Now I got to go get him a DNA test or get a DNA test done, get child support off of this dude and all this. You ain't got to do none of that because he already signed it now. He already took the DNA test. Or when it comes to prenup, you don't got to argue about who's who, what's going where, and this and that. All that does is make you basically still be in a marriage with somebody years later. Some people be in court, going back and forth in court with their ex-husband and wife years later. Y'all want that? I wouldn't. I would want to wipe my hands clean. If I divorce somebody, I want to wipe my hands clean. I don't want to keep going to court and all this bullshit. That shit should have already been established, man, in the prenup. You know? If I was with a woman, we end up getting a business while I was with her, I don't mind splitting it with her because I got that business when I was with her. Certain shit like that, I don't mind that. But at the same time, if you don't have a prenup, she might take that business because she decided to fuck some other guy because she was bored with you or something. You know, this is why they don't want men to do it. Now, I know what they're doing. You know, if you're a woman and you claim that, you know, a man shouldn't have to worry about your loyalty and all that, why do you care? Why do you care? That's all I want to know. Why do you care? It just makes no sense. But, you know, we know what time it is, man. But honestly, women should really start looking at it from just all perspectives. Men, too. Because a lot of men are brainwashed. They scared. Well, I don't want my woman to think that, you know, I don't trust her. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be a dummy. Okay, be a dummy. That's why you should have already told your woman before you even actually establish trust and engagement and all that with her. You should already let her know how you feel about DNA tests or prenups. That way she can't come at that bullshit. She already knew. So she can't say that you're just doing that because you don't trust her. Because you really never even built trust with her yet when you was already talking about it, when y'all had that conversation way before y'all even moved in together, way before all that. She already knew this. She already knew you was going to ask for that. And if she's a loyal woman, why would she have a problem with that? Ask yourself this. Because if I'm a loyal man and a woman makes a lot of money and she's like, I want a prenup, why would I have a problem with that if I know that I genuinely fuck with the woman? Why? Why I got a problem with it? Or if I plan on taking care of my kid that I have by a woman, why would I have a problem if she wants me to get a DNA test so I can't deny it and she has to go to court and all this shit to fight for child support if we didn't work? Why would I care if my loyalty is so real and all this and all that bullshit that people claim why they are against it? And it's just deeper than that. It gives a man the peace of mind that that is my kid. No ifs, ands, or but about it. Not even 1% doubt. Not even, because every man might have 1% doubt. Man, maybe it's not my kid. I don't know. Because kids can look like you and not be your kid. It's happened. Don't act like it hasn't. Motherfuckers has had this happen to them a lot. It's just the simple fact that you just know. Like, it's documented that this is my kid. Like a birth certificate. It's documented that this is my kid. If I'm putting my name on a birth certificate, I should be able to have a DNA test. I don't understand why. What's the big deal? If I'm going to put my name on this dotted line of saying I'm the father, the least I can get is a DNA test out of that. It has nothing personally to do with a woman. It's personal for me. It's for me. But it also benefits the woman because I can't say, well, that's not my kid. And she don't have to go through all these hoops. She already got it documented. That you took the DNA test as your kid. You can't, she's already steps ahead if it comes to this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And as far as that prenup, if it doesn't work out, we ain't got to go through fucking 7 more years of basically arguing back and forth about who's who and what's what. In the prenup, it says if we get a business together during the marriage, it's half and half. You know what I mean? I don't understand what the fucking problem is about all this shit. I really don't. But we know what time it is, because if you don't get a prenup, then she could get a lawyer and fucking who knows what can happen. Or if a woman's a breadwinner, right? Sometimes a woman ain't even got to be a breadwinner. She can make the same amount of money as the dude, and the dude could fuck around and get over on her. So why a lot of all the women are against prenup? You might want to rethink that. Especially if you're supposed to be a woman out here trying to get your money and shit. Yeah, you might want to rethink that prenup thing. Plus, why do you want to keep prolonging a divorce with somebody? Why do you want to keep going back and forth with a motherfucker when you could already have this shit established and have your hands wiped and move on? You ain't got to go to court for fucking 7 more years. You know what I mean? It just makes no sense, man. And if you think it's okay for somebody like Dr. Dre to continuously pay his wife forever $350,000 a month while she sleeps with other men and shit, you got to be out your fucking mind. Because if the shoe was on the other foot and it was a man and a woman had to do that, it'd be World War III out this motherfucker, man. I get it. Dr. Dre, I'm not saying Dr. Dre shouldn't give his wife, money or a couple businesses and shit like that. He's got a lot of money. I get it. He should leave his wife some shit. He cared about her. He loved her. Come on, man. $350,000 like for the rest of her life? A month? Just because, who knows? She might have cheated. Maybe that's why. How do you know? So I'm not saying that I'm with a man just leaving a woman high and dry. Even if the woman cheated, it's in the prenup that half the business is hers. See, that's the thing that women don't think about, since they want to be all smart with this prenup shit. What if a woman, and it's usually the ones that are scandalous, right? So what if a woman did cheat and it's already in the prenup that you get half? But what if it's not in the prenup and you cheat and then I get a lawyer and prove that you did cheat, you don't get shit? Just wondering. Because I feel like whether you cheated on me or not, it was already in a prenup that I said if we get a business when we are married, then half of it's yours. All it is an agreement. So we ain't got to fight back and forth for another 10 years. Nobody got time for that. If we divorce, I ain't trying to be fighting with you in court all the fucking time. And it's just ridiculous, man. It's already bad enough you got to go through divorce. Now you timesing that shit by like 3 times. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I had to say about it, man. It's no offense to the woman. That's why you already established that on top. And if a woman's not with it, then she's not for you, in my opinion. If I can't come to a woman and say, I prefer that I have a prenup and a DNA test if we have kids. If we get married, I want a prenup. If we have kids, I want a DNA test. Way before we even have kids or get married, mind you. This didn't just pop out the blue when you got on one knee and said, nah, this shit already happened way before you even thought about marrying a woman. If she can't deal with that, she's not for me. She can't pull that card of, you don't trust me because I didn't even know you when I already told you before this happened. I already told you way before this shit happened that this is what I prefer. So you can't say it's because I didn't trust you 10 years later when I decided to marry you. If I didn't trust you, why the fuck would I marry you? It's just the principle that this is what I want. This is mandatory for me. For your good and for my good. And people will say, well, you shouldn't marry if you don't believe it's going to work forever and all this. Nobody said that they didn't believe it's not going to work forever. This is already something that is a preference way before you even thought about marrying a woman. And shit happens. Sometimes y'all could be a good couple, but don't work. It just don't work. Every relationship that breaks up ain't motherfuckers cheating and lying and shit all the time. Sometimes motherfuckers just don't work. Then what? Now we gonna start fighting about who's got what and all this and all that when that shit could have been established. Anything accumulated from the time we got married to the time we divorced, you can have half. I'm cool with that. But afterwards or before, that's bullshit. Why do I gotta pay you when you fucking other men? This is what makes men commit suicide and shit. It's bad enough you got to go through the whole situation of you getting divorced. Now I got to pay you and you're fucking another guy? That's fucked up. I got to be your husband while you fucking another guy. I still got to be your husband though. For the rest of my life, I still got to be your husband. What's up, Mo? For the rest of your life, rest of my life, I got to be Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre got to be his woman's husband for the rest of his fucking life while she fucking and sucking some other dude. $350,000 a month. Hulk Hogan got to come to a house that he built and paid with his own bare hands to see another motherfucker in there fucking his woman because he didn't get a prenup. That's bullshit, dog. I'm not even going to say no more about it, man. All I'm saying is, I have no problem with giving a woman half of what we accumulated from the time we got married if we get divorced. I have no problem with that. But you're not about to make me pay you afterwards. You're not my woman no more. It is, I'll take care of the kids. Those are my kids for life. But you're not my wife no more. You see what I'm saying? I got to find somebody else. Just like you are finding somebody else. But the twist is they want you to still be their husband while they fucking other men. That's bullshit. I refuse. And as far as this DNA shit, I can't deny that that's not my kid, and I know that it's my kid. So I can't tell you that, well, that's not my kid. You need to try to get a DNA test first before you try to do this and put me on child support and all that. See, a woman ain't even got to do that. They were smart. That motherfucker already took the DNA test. So if we don't work out and he want to play games and I have to get him for child support because he don't want to do his job as a father, I ain't even got to go through all this. It's already documented that he is the father. What can a man do? Actually, you should applaud the fact that a man wants it to be documented that he's the father. That's all it is. If I'm going to sign my name on this fucking birth certificate, then I want a DNA test. What's wrong with this? I don't understand. You know who the fuck you was fucking. I really don't. Let's be honest about it. I might trust you to the moon and back. But do I really know? Do I really know? Look on Maury. Motherfucker look just like him. You are not the father. You don't know. So that's why I tell. So for all the women who try to pull that fucking card of, it's like you don't trust the, man, some dude tried to argue with me earlier too. He's put on a cape and shit. Man, I ain't arguing with you, dude. Don't sign a prenup, dummy. I don't give a fuck. That's your life. You know what I mean? But all I'm saying is before I even get deep with a woman, it's already going to be, she's already going to know that this is what I want. So she can't pull that bullshit that, oh, you don't trust me and shit. Nah, this shit already been said 5-10 years ago before I even thought about marrying you or having a kid with you. You can't pull that bullshit. For one, I would not even put a kid in you if I didn't trust you. For two, I would not marry you if I didn't trust you. So that is not really the issue of why I do this or why another man should do it in most cases. Anyway, in my case, for sure. I don't want a DNA test or a prenup because I don't trust a woman. I already explained why I want it. You just never know. You just never know, man. But we know what time it is, man. And some of y'all women get money, you might want to think about prenups. Why you acting like it doesn't apply to you? Like women don't get divorced, raped out this motherfucker. Yeah, they do. But I've seen too many men fall by the edge of the sword with this divorce shit, man. And some of y'all women right now got men that don't want to marry you because of the laws and shit. And you wonder, it ain't the dude don't want to marry you like he don't love you and shit, but he knows the laws. He knows the laws. He know he gonna get stroked. You know what I'm saying? He know he gonna get stroked. You ain't. You gonna skip away happily ever after. You don't have no consequences, but he still got to suffer after the marriage. But y'all both failed at the marriage because y'all both picked each other. But you ain't got to pay nothing. You good. Meanwhile, he got to pay everything and watch you suck and fuck another motherfucker. Ain't that a bitch? This is why men commit suicide and shit. Just being honest. This shit right here is why men commit suicide and shit. But I'm gonna let y'all go with that. And for all the women who claim you ain't got to test my loyalty, you ain't got to worry about my loyalty. Well, okay, then what's the problem then? If I ain't got to worry about your loyalty, what's the problem with prenups and the DNA test? I don't understand. I don't understand. Because in that prenup, it could say that even you might, let's put it like this. I signed a prenup saying she gets half of whatever we earn when we're married, and she can still cheat on me, and I still got to give her half. Or what if we didn't sign a prenup? She cheat on me, then I get a lawyer, and you don't get shit. At least I gave you half out the gate regardless. So I'm putting my foot to the fire regardless. Because if there ain't no prenup and I got more money than you, I can get me a lawyer and you don't get shit. So that kills all that, the women rah shit. That kills all that. I'm actually giving you of the benefit of the doubt. If you really think about it, it's a will. All a prenup is a fucking will. That's all it is. I want this person to have this and this person to have this and that. Ain't nobody got time to go to court 8 years later after you done fucked somebody else. Or maybe I fucked somebody else. Why do you want to go to court 8 more years to argue about who's who and what's what and what belongs to who and who? Why? Don't you want to be done with this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't get it, man. I'm out, man.